Hi everybody, this is Kimberly Benjamin, and I wanted to send out a message and do a Facebook Live as we get ready for the new year. So I thought it'd be a good opportunity for me to reach out to you now, let you know what's going on over here with me as I'm getting ready for next year and thinking about how I can be a blessing to you and to make you aware of our different programs that we have as well coming up for the new year. So again, I want to let you know that I'm excited that you're here. Please come on in and join us. And when you come on in, just say hi so that I know that you're here in the room. But I wanted to make you aware that this is a time where a lot of people are getting ready for New Year, right? We're getting ready for next year, for 2017. We're trying to figure out what can we do to get ready for it. And my goal is to make you aware of how I'm able to assist you with, your business needs or with your job search needs. And I'm gearing up for 2017, putting together some coaching programs that I'll be revealing to everyone in January, but I thought I'd let you know what we have going on now and to give you some tips too that can help you. Tonight I'm going to focus on job search, but I want to make you aware that we will be doing future lives for business owners as well. So I just want to show you a copy of my book. This is the cover of my book. It's called How to Be Highly Favored and Empowered to Prosper in Your Job Search. And it also comes with a workbook. And so for the month of November, I will be going over information and sharing with you all some tips to help you with your job search that will be coming right out of the book. So if there's something that you have a question to ask regarding your job search, feel free to type it in, #question, or just go ahead and type your question in there so I'm able to assist you with your questions today. And then as I share with you, as we're doing a countdown for the next 60 days into the new year, we're also going to have some lives regarding business as well. So in here, I'll show you a copy of Has God Given You a Business Idea? Our DVD series. We're going to actually give you some tips on how to start a business, how to grow your business as well. So today we're going to focus on job search. So if you have any questions, feel free to type them in and I'll make sure to go ahead and answer those questions for you. But one thing I wanted to let you know that this is a perfect time to start thinking about doing an assessment. Whenever the new year comes about, it's important that we look at our strengths, our abilities, the skills and talents that God has given us to find out if we're in the right field, if we're in the right profession, or should we be doing something else with it. So that's one of the things I would like to challenge you to do for the next 60 days is to really go before the Lord and find out where you should be for 2017. I know a lot of times people tend to wait until January to start focusing on things for January, but it's important that you start that early and that you do that early. So here's some things to be mindful of. There are a lot of assessments out there that you could take or participate in, but I have a couple of questions that's here in my book that I want to make sure that you're mindful of. There are different types of motivational gifts that people have. It could be a teaching motive gift, a perceiver motive gift, a server motive gift, an exhorter motive gift, etc. A giver motive gift. It's important that you find out what type of gifting that you do have, because that will lend yourself to the right type of careers that are best suited for you. One of the things that I love telling my clients all the time is that when you are truly doing what you love doing and you have a passion for, it doesn't feel like work. It doesn't seem like work because you're in your gift. So it's really important that you go before the Lord for the next 60 days for the new year starts to find out, what career you should be in. So it's important to take different types of assessments. And here's some questions that you may want to also consider asking yourself. Start thinking about, again, what type of skills do you have? What do you enjoy doing that is easy for you? It doesn't seem hard for you to do. What are some of the things that your friends and your family members tell you all the time that you do that very well, and you really should consider helping or doing that in the future, helping people with it? Start thinking about those type of careers, those type of areas that you may want to go ahead and consider. Another thing to think about is look at your personality trait, your leadership style. A lot of people have different types of leadership styles, so it's important to know what yours is. Some people flourish in leadership roles and some other individuals don't. I remember knowing someone who did an excellent job in his current job, but he said he didn't want a leadership role because he knew that was a different type of role and he really wasn't ready for it. So you really have to Take some time to find out what you want to do, what you want to achieve in your career. And make sure that you spend that time before the end of the year to do it, So, and again, I want to thank you all who have joined. Thank you for the thumbs ups and the smiles. Thanks, everybody. I really do appreciate it. But we're thinking about your assessment. What do you need to do to prepare for the new year? Here's another question that I have here in the book to go over. I'm going over some questions is, ask yourself, why are you looking for employment? Why are you looking to make a change? Believe me, that's going to be one of the questions that an employer is going to ask you. Why should I hire you? Why are you looking to work for our organization? Why are you looking to leave your current employer? Those are questions you should be very comfortable with asking and answering when you are in the interview, because we'll know how to weed that out. We can kind of figure out if somebody is leaving their employer on a bad note, because I really do believe that it does reflect in your interview. So if you have some ill will or some concerns with your employer and you just left that employer, make sure that you have peace about that transition so that it doesn't show in the interview, because believe me, it can pop right back up in the interview, and then that interviewer know that something was happening. You may not be ready for employment with their company. Okay. Here's another question that you may want to think about as well. What do you enjoy doing in your spare time? This is the perfect time now to make a list. Go ahead and get that pen and paper out. Make a list of the things that you love doing. What do you enjoy doing? Who knows, that may be your career for you once you review that list. There could be some things listed in there as well. Another question you may want to ask yourself is, what is the salary that you're looking to get? I coach a lot of people regarding pay. How do you ask for more money? How do you negotiate more money? How do I fill out the applications and the forms when they ask about money? So it's important that you're comfortable in knowing what you should be getting, what you're worth. One of the things that I do recommend for people to know is go ahead and do some research. Find out what that rate is. I always say look at the minimum part of that range and the high part of it, and then do your research and find out where you fit or where you fall, so that when they do ask you that question, when they are ready to hire you, because you don't talk about money until you've been offered the job. So when they're ready to hire you, then you can say, based off of my research, my licenses, my certifications, and this is the amount or the range that I'm looking to obtain. Never give them an actual dollar amount. Give them a range. That's something to also be mindful of as well. Let's see here. What else can I share with you out of the book here? Another thing that you may want to be mindful of is this is the perfect time for you to go back to school. I've coached many people who are currently working on their degrees. I'm going back, getting those certifications and licenses. That's really great. So this could be a perfect time for you to do the research now. Check out the schools, the universities, the trade organizations that provide that, and do your research and find out if that's something that you may want to go ahead and obtain. I know for me, I feel like I'm always in school. So being able to be out of school feels really good. But then again, I'm always on the road teaching and doing workshops, so I'm still in school. But I know I have some goals that I really want to obtain as well. There's some certifications that I'll be going for my company. Because I am a women-owned business, minority business, and also a business professional. So I want to stay on top of my game as well. So I want to encourage you to do some research now. Find out what schools, what organizations you may want to join, what licenses or certifications you may want to have, and go ahead and go for it. Do your research so you can start that new year off right with taking those classes or obtaining the certifications that you need for yourself and for your business. Okay. Now, one thing I would like to add here, and I'll open up for questions too. Again, if you have questions, feel free to ask the questions while you got me. I can be able to answer them for you. Today, we're focusing on job search, people who need assistance with their job search. In the future, I'll be doing sessions on business too. But if you have a question, feel free to type it in there in the box, and I'll make sure to answer the question for you. Okay. Now, another thing I want to end with in this session here is the importance of you feeling comfortable to let other people know that you are looking for employment. I'm a firm believer that there are angels out there, there are people out there that are ready to help you. And I don't want you to entertain an angel unaware, as I call it, There's people around you that are there to help you. God sent them in your path to assist you, but you're afraid to talk to them because you don't want them to know that you're looking for employment, or you're looking to make a change, or you're going through a career transition. I've been meeting with clients recently regarding career transitioning. There are organizations, I hate to say it, but right now is one of the times where HR professionals do downsizing. So I'm currently in meetings with clients regarding that right now. So it's really important that you do understand, you know, what you want to do and be prepared for the new year. Okay, perfect. So on that note, it is important that you do let people know that you're looking. Okay, and who knows, I may be talking to one of you, so I just thought about that. Some of you may be listening now or looking at the replay of the live recording, and you are going through a career transition, or you just found out your organization is downsizing some people. You know, here's some things you should be mindful of. First of all, you know, I know that could be a difficult time. A lot of times we don't want to think about that regarding that. Thanks, Ty. I see you're commenting there regarding the angels, and I'm thankful to be used by God to assist people. But when you go through that transition, you know, don't be alarmed. Try to stay at peace. Trust and know that God has your back. He is your provider, okay? Not that employer. I know that's kind of hard to hear when you're going through it, but it's important that you do know that. Another tip too is important that you do have a strong support system. So get your family members, your friends, your children, make them aware about your career transition. Who knows, you may have to sit down and rebudget some things so that you're able to continue to live and flourish, you know, as well. And it's important to get your family, make them aware of it, so they can help you out as well through that transition. Another thing that is important to do is to identify some people who can be a reference for you. And I know you're probably saying, a reference? You know, they're just letting people go. How can I be a reference, or how can I ask somebody? It's important that you do get those references, because while you're looking for employment, trying to land that next job, they may have to do a reference check. They may have to contact your employer, or they may want to talk to someone who knows more about you. And one of the reasons why I recommend that you identify some references or have some letters of recommendations on hand from that company is because sometimes an HR person takes that letter as a background check. So instead of them calling all the people on your reference, they may just go ahead and just look at your letter and use that letter as a reference check. So make sure that you do identify the people that can be a reference for you. And before you let someone know that you have references, please make sure that you do get the approval and you ask the individuals if they can be a reference for you as well. So those are just some of the tips I wanted to share with you regarding job search. Again, I'm very excited for our year counting down. We are going to be going over tips for job seekers, and I'll be using information out of the book, out of How to Be Highly Favored and Empowered to Prosper, your job search book, as well as throughout the upcoming months as we count down for the new year. And I'm going to be launching some programs in January 2017. We're going to be also going over some tips regarding, has God given you a business idea? For those of you that are business owners and you do need assistance with starting your business, we're going to be covering tips for you as well, counting down the year. So if you have any questions, feel free to type those in. If not, feel free to still type them in, and I'll check out the questions during the recording, and I'll get back to you on it. But again, before I go, I just like to say that I'm excited to be able to assist you. You know, my passion is to help people with their job search and business needs. And I know the time that we're in right now. We're right at the end of the year. People are getting ready for next year. I don't want you to wait to January. Get ready now. Get focused now. Put together your plan now. Get a coach now so that you can start 2017 off on the right foot. What do they say? That you need to do something 27 times? And I probably added some numbers on that, but 27 times before it becomes a habit. So it's important and it's critical now that we do things now so that it becomes a habit. So again, I'll be looking forward to assisting you throughout this year and next year. And if you do need assistance with your job search, it's important that you have a strong resume. So let me know if you need to get your resume evaluated so I can give you some tips to help you with your resume. But until then, everybody, be blessed and see you soon.